at the Four Seasons Hotel in Toronto. We got Metallica, and they're co-hosting the Power Hour this week. Guys, how you doing? We've started.
We're on the air.
We're on the air.
This is like live and direct.
This is like live right to that camera there.
Look, we're not live on tape. It's too early. It's never too early.
The last time we met up with you guys was at the Cow Palace in San Francisco.
I don't remember.
We don't remember it. Funny thing.
Kirk and Lars from Metallica. Tell us what it's all about here in San Fran.
It's cold. It's over. It's cold. It's wet, and we're waiting for the next earthquake.
And that's it. And what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Are you a little bit of retirement, a little sabbatical thing here?
Over. We've broken up. No,
you've got the scoop. They've broken up. Turn the camera off. It's over. So you're in town. You're in town to do a bill. Now, let me run down this bill. Let's make sure I get it right. Black Crowes, Warrant,
Wrong.
Metallica, Aerosmith. Is this correct?
They didn't tell you about Led Zeppelin reforming for
Get
the
out
gig?
of town. Who's playing drums?
That's a secret. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's
You're in town to do this gig. You do this gig. You're on the bill with like Warrant. Let me get it again. Black Crowes, Warrant.
Why do you have to keep on reminding us?
And Aerosmith. So last time we talked, you guys were going to Egypt and Hawaii.
We were breaking up, but we reformed again.
Oh, you're reforming. It's just kind of like Metallica Mark II.
Yeah, this is the reunion tour.
So why are you guys doing this show? What's happening?
For fun.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to do this weekend, so.
Yeah, it's a vacation for us.
Instead of going to Egypt, we came
Let's
here.
get back to the word fun. You're doing it for fun?
Fun.
Fun.
We do everything for fun.
The key word.
It's not reflected in your music, however.
Hey, there are two sides to everything we do.
Yeah, exactly. There's two approaches we take to everything.
No, basically, Aerosmith asked if we would come play with them at a bunch of shows, and we are in the middle of preparing for the next record and getting songs together and so forth, and they wanted to do a bunch of shows with them in the States and stuff, and which was a little too much to do at this point in time, but we wanted to just play with them, and when somebody like Aerosmith asked you to come, you know, support them, it's like, done deal, we're there. Tell us when.
You guys are here to host the show. We're not going to like an interview or anything. So what I want you to do is right now, let's pick some videos that you guys like. We'll start the music right away.
Wow, what should we pick?
Gee whiz.
Good thing we had the script.
We brought the script.
Yes, we just made it up in the last 5 minutes. Let's see, Bronski beat The Cure.
Get out of here. Get something else.
Okay.
Red Hot.
What should we start with? The Chili's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite. Yeah. Chili Peppers.
This is the Red Hot
my favorite
Chili
band in the last 6 months. He's known about it for years. I'm latecomer as usual. And here's the Red Hot Chili Peppers with Jungle Man first. Yeah, we're going to actually play two.
We're going to make you watch this
Yes.
one.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jungle Man.
On the Power Hour.
On the Power Hour.
Okay, we're back. We're back with Metallica on the Power Hour. And so you guys, you're big fans of the Chili Peppers?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's all.
Okay, we already talked about that.
We did it. Okay, we got to talk about rock and roll and reading. And
reading?
Reading. Do you guys read?
No.
No, you don't read.
Don't tell anyone.
Johnny, one was inspired by Johnny Get Your Gun.
By
Captain Satan.
Captain Satan from the New Jersey Devils.
Sorry, the AIDS of censorship, sorry. It was only a joke. It was only a joke.
Okay, now, this is sponsored by, it was, not sponsored, what's the word?
Influence.
Influence, thank you very much, by...
Sponsored by
Johnny Get Your Gun? Johnny Get Your Gun or Johnny Got Your Gun?
Johnny got his gun.
Johnny got his gun?
Is this silly enough?
Now, but do you guys read? Do you read on the road?
That's actually, I think a lot of people have a misconception about how that actually came about. It was not, a lot of people think that we read the book and then got the idea to write the song around that. It was actually, we had the idea of writing a song about a guy in that situation, and then Cliff Bernstein, our manager, told us about the book, and then James went out and read it. Read the whole book, incredible, and sat and scribbled little ideas
Homework.
for the lyrics.
Homework for James.
But it was actually, we had the idea first, and then we were told about the book and the story, and then eventually, obviously, the movie, and then it turned into this video and all that stuff.
So you don't read? You're not voracious reading?
I read.
We just learned. We've had a teacher with us on the last tour.
We
went out and read like
on the next
list
tour,
and stuff.
we're gonna have a bookmobile following the bus.
That's a good idea, actually.
Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me. every... Oh, God, please make them hear me. They won't listen. They won't hear me. You don't wake me up, I'll be like this for years. Hear me.
How important is actually doing a live show to you guys?
Very important. It's very important.
Very important.
The whole day is based around the live show, and you have to fix your schedule around it. Make sure you have enough.
Definitely. What's cool
enough
about
time
these
to
gigs,
sleep and yeah.
What's cool about these gigs is we're only playing like an hour and 10. We're used to playing like 2 hours and 20, 2 hours and 30. So this is nothing.
Not much responsibility on these kind of gigs either. But I'm talking about as far as sitting in the studio recording your record.
Really?
Okay. Tell us about it. Okay.
You've been around us a bit, haven't
Do
you?
you want to help us with our set list or anything?
But you're sitting in the studio recording a record. I mean, that's one thing. But then when you go out and do a live show, I mean, and you see the faces of the kids who actually bought the records, but more importantly in your case, bought the T-shirts. I mean, Metallica is like, I mean, kids are emblazoned from like coast to coast. Well, every part in the world with Metallica T-shirts and jackets. How does that make you feel seeing that?
It's great.
No, I mean, look, I mean, you can... No, it's like, dude, what do you want? Cliche answer number 7. Oh, I mean, of course, it's incredible, but I just feel sometimes when you sit there and it's great and we have the best, and sometimes it sounds forced. Of course, it's incredible seeing people in the
Metallica was the marketing too and the merchandising. I knew about Metallica by their T-shirts more before I knew about their music.
That's actually how we hooked up with our management. Seriously, so they saw Metallica shirts like everywhere, and they said, "Who the hell is Metallica?" And they like started to find out and then hooked up with us. But you know, obviously, it's the greatest thing in the world. But you try and not just let stuff like that, you know, be part of how you think and how you approach things, because then things have a tendency to get a bit contrived, you know.
You just don't worry about it.
You know, we get these letters in from these thrash fans, as it were, and they say. One time I had who did I have on the show? Overkill. We talked about Overkill, and I said, "Lighten up, boys." I mean, I think sometimes these thrash guys take it a bit too seriously. But yet we had the guys from Nuclear Assault in. They said they listen to all different types of music.
Oh, I mean.
And I know you guys do.
Yeah.
And do you think that's important?
I mean, if this wasn't the Power Hour, you know, there'd be a few other videos thrown in there, seriously.
Absolutely.
For good measure. I mean, we listen to, you know, you name it.
I mean, we're musicians, we like music.
There was like a few years, like, you know, 81, 82 was like, if it isn't Motorhead,
Real
but then we just started broadening our horizons, everything, you know, from Simon and Garfunkel to classical stuff to, you know, rap stuff to Jason listens to all this Motown stuff and
Grover Washington.
Yeah, it's like in the dressing room before we're about to go on stage, you're like Diana Ross's best hits, and it's like take the CD, stomp on it, and put some, you know.
Yeah. Needless to say, we don't all agree on each other's personal
we hardly
tastes.
ever agree on anything, but
in fact, we find each other putting on things just to annoy.
Yeah, I'll put on, you know, Edie Brickell. James will put on what's those guys?
I don't know.
What are they called?
Leibach. I'm a big Roy Orbison fan, which goes
he
down
puts Roy Orbison on after the gig when we're eating dinner. So it's like,
let's throw in a couple of videos. Get that list. Come on.
Get the list. Okay.
What did we miss?
There's the list of live over here. I think we should do, we're playing with these gentlemen here. Should we play one of them?
Yeah.
Aerosmith, one of the coolest bands in the known universe. So we're going to, Chip Away? Chip Away the Stone, good old stuff, and...
Danzig.
Danzig? The new Danzig video. I haven't
Her
seen
Black
it. Have you seen it?
Wings. No, I haven't
This
seen
is,
it. So we're going to watch it with you.
Yeah, we have no idea what this is like.
I'm watching it here, too.
Okay.
Okay. You pulling off it?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to talk about rap music. Recently in, I guess it was Time magazine, they talked about, it wasn't Time, it was some magazine. They talked about how there's more, what am I trying to say, social conscious, more opinions coming out of rap music than, say, the heavy metal genre. Do you agree with that? Go ahead, agree.
What was the question? Not particularly. I think that every different genre, whether it's, you know, metal or rap, they have, which is what I find really annoying about when these groups start targeting, you know, bands. They'll throw in like heavy metal and they'll just target all heavy metal stuff, they won't actually sit down and realize that, wait a minute, there actually is a difference between, say, you know, Poison and Slayer, or John Bon Jovi and, you know, Skid Row or whatever. It's just all these different bands that all have their different things going, you know, and it's just, like, for instance, we've always had a different approach lyrically and attitude-wise and so forth, and a lot of the other more sort of LA kind of metal bands and so forth, and it's just annoying that we always get thrown in with them. And the same way with the rap. I mean, with rap you have real commercial stuff, you know, like LL Cool J and
MC Hammer
and all that stuff. And then you have like the real street stuff, which is comparable to like Slayer and stuff in attitude-wise, like NWA and Ice-T and Ice Cube and stuff like that.
Public Enemy.
And the reason I'm wearing this T-shirt is because it's the only clean one left. But I do also happen to like this record a lot. But
I mean, talking to Vince Neil about how they're going to. There's a movement underway in the U.S. about you know how movies have PG ratings and X ratings and R ratings, stuff like that.
Right.
How they're going to maybe start doing that. How do you feel about that?
I think, you know, I mean, if these parent groups, it's like, it's kind of like, you know, if there's an R-rated movie, it's like that just makes you want, if you're a little kid, go in and see it even more. It's like you're rebelling against your parents, you know, yeah, I got this album and I keep it under my bed and it's got a big X stick on. It's like then when
it makes it all the juicier to have.
Yeah. It's like, you know, whatever you're not allowed to have, you want. It's like, that's the natural thing about growing up and stuff like that.
When it's forbidden, or it's like put away so you can't reach it, it makes the curiosity grow, and it makes you just look for it.
So they just slap a rating on Metallica's show.
I don't. The only thing that could slap a rating on, I think, would be the language. I mean, anybody that's familiar with what we do in the last few years know. I mean, we've been pretty lucky that most of these parent groups and stuff have left us pretty much alone, because, you know, there's not really much they can get out of lyrics like Injustice for All and Short of Straw and stuff like that, who deal with basically what they're about. And so, you know, obviously language is something they could go after, but I mean, that's not something we're going to change. That's part of who we are. And
it's more the language in between songs also.
Right.
We have a video called One by you guys, but we don't have really anything else, do we?
If you do, let us know, because it's the only one we've released.
Unless you want to play something off Cliff and Maul, and I don't know if that sound quality is good enough for anyone.
What's with it? Why no videos?
You know, it just, you know, it took some time to figure out how we wanted to approach it and so forth. There was a few years where I think we were really frightened of the whole thing, and looking back on it now, I don't really know why, but I think once we did that video, it was like, it was a lot of fun to do it, it was a lot of fun to deal with, and I think that it'll definitely not be the last Metallica video.
And it worked in a positive way for us also.
Yeah. You know, the challenge is going to be to keep coming up, if we can come up with ideas that are obviously completely different from that one, but also from the one video, but just ideas that, you know, are cool enough to just, you know, different from the rest of the metal stuff, and just cool, you know, a lot of it's obviously going to be the songs and what happens with the new record, but I think we'd all really like to do some more vids.
But it definitely opened up a whole new area for us as far as videos are concerned.
We're going to do some more. Let's play some at this point.
Kirk just woke up.
Play some at this point.
Okay, the list of lines here. Let's see, what do we haven't played AC, and what else?
Motorhead?
Yeah, let's play some Motorhead.
Old AC/DC with Bon Scott. Bon Scott is like the coolest guy who ever lived on this planet. And our tour manager used to room with him. We hear some great stories about him. Ian.
Yeah, where is he?
Left. Yeah. And what else? Motorhead. Wait, what? It's old AC/DC Jailbreak from way back in like the mid-50s or something. It's like one of their, I think it's their first video from like 74, 75. And Motorhead, which song? What do you got? Old stuff?
Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades, yeah.
Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades. It's like the classic song Motorhead ever did.
You guys say welcome back to the Pepsi Power.
What's happening?
Welcome back to what?
The Power Hour.
The Power Hour.
I thought you said Pepsi?
Well, you can put that in. The Pepsi Power
I drink
Hour.
Coke.
Welcome back to the welcome back to the Pepsi Power Hour. We're Lars and I'm Kirk, and this is
Dan.
Bob.
Yeah, call me Bob today. I'll be Bob today. Sebastian Bach is in the bathroom. He's going to join us later, I think. But listen.
Are you throwing up in there
Make
already?
sure you wash your hands.
What?
So
He's already throwing up. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, you can't take him anywhere.
have you guys thought about the new record? The next album?
Giving
We
it some
thought
thought.
about it.
Yeah, give it a little thought.
No, seriously, we did a bunch of gigs in Europe in May, and the last 3 weeks before we came up here, we've been basically putting all the stuff together, all the tapes, going through, getting all the ideas together, and we just started doing a couple things before we came up here, which, like I told you earlier, is like the main reason we, even though Aerosmith offered us a bunch more gigs, we really want to start, writing new songs and make the record of life here. And so basically we're rolling on it. Should hopefully be in the studio by October, and it hopefully should be out in the streets of Canada by, should we say, dare we say April? April '91.
Any titles?
Knock on wood.
Any titles? Metallica 5?
Is it our 5th album already?
Yeah, that's the working title. Pretty original, huh?
What is the songwriting process for you guys? I mean, like, who decides what goes where?
We drink a lot, and then... No.
We pull pieces of paper out of it.
Right. It involves tapes a lot. We, like, everybody puts all their stuff down on tapes and stuff like that, and then sit and shift through them and get, like, all the main ideas and just start building skeletons of songs around those ideas, and then, lyrics and vocal melodies and stuff come later. But me and James usually just fiddle with, like, getting the basic things together, and then the other guys come in and add stuff. And then what we're going to start doing more this time, which we also did on the Just, is working a little more with the vocals. Like on the early albums, we'd like write all the music, and then we'd record it, and then James would come up with the vocal melodies after everything was already recorded. It's like, oh, that's really nice. Vocal melody goes like that. So it's like we started working a lot with the vocals now too.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die. Trapped in myself, body my only self.
Introduce who Ian is.
This is Ian, our tour manager, the legend.
Scott.
He's roomed with me
I
and Scott.
slept with Bon.
This
Not
guy.
the same day.
I'll do anything.
Me and Kirk are going to leave now, and you can interview Ian.
But, how like these? We played some like Motorhead. We played some Bon Scott, some Jailbreak. We played. You want to play Thin Lizzy coming up?
Thin Lizzy.
No, I gotta ask you, like, when you were buying records and when you guys were kids and stuff, is
Hey,
this like,
shut up over there. We're
is
doing an
this
interview.
what you were buying? Is this what you were buying?
This is it.
I stole a lot of
Yeah. No, sure. I mean, I grew up in Denmark, and obviously more the European stuff. Bands like Aerosmith and Rush and stuff were never really that popular in Europe in the '70s when I was growing up. So for me, it was more like Purple, Thin Lizzy, Sabbath, UFO, and obviously everybody goes through 15 minutes of Kiss. And then for me, it started turning into like more the new wave of British heavy metal. And oh no, here it goes again, talking about Diamond Head yet another time.
Tell us about that record you were working on,
How long do you have?
the new wave of British
Hey, this is a
metal.
Metallica interview.
Yeah, come on, you brought it up. You brought it up.
I've put this compilation record together with a bunch of my favorite new wave of British heavy metal songs, and that's it, and it's coming out in July, so buy it. There you go.
When do I get my copy?
When do I get my copy?
So let's throw in a couple more videos.
Okay,
Thin
Kurt
Lizzy.
wants Thin Lizzy,
Jailbreak.
and
the boys.
what else we got going here? Let's play more Chili's. Let's just Chili's for
No,
the next.
let's finish with some Chili's. So let's play Thin Lizzy and.
Wait, hey, wait.
Oh, yeah,
We're
it's
the
your show.
hosts.
Yeah, come on.
Who is this guy?
Go ahead, take it away.
Okay,
Women in uniform.
Old Maiden,
Iron Maiden.
pre-Bruce. Okay.
Who is that?
Yeah. Anyway, so we got Women in Uniform, like Old Cool Maiden with Paul Di'Anno singing, and Old Thin Lizzy, what is it, Jailbreak?
Jailbreak.
No, that was the AC/DC song. Which Thin Lizzy?
Boys are back in town.
Yeah. This is the old classic that What's-His-Name also covered last year, but this is the original cool one. Boys are back in town. Take it away.
So you're going after this show. Where are you going?
Back to the hotel. We're getting a little silly here. We're going to Rochester, 5 minutes down the road, This is probably not airing before the gig, is it?
No.
Okay, so I can't tell them to show up.
So say you had a fabulous gig here in Toronto. It was great.
Hope you like
really
the show in Toronto.
We love
Right, that we
Canadians.
haven't played yet.
How'd you like that show? Was it great or what?
God. What do you think of that ending, huh?
So speaking of ending,
Speaking of...
Let's bring somebody.
Yeah, we found there was this Metallica fan wandering around down in the lobby.
He got through security.
Looking for James.
Come on in here.
Come over
Come
here.
on, get your butt over here.
Okay, because we're
Oh, he doesn't want to be seen with us.
gonna wrap the show up with something here. Okay, here, take this one.
This is open forum. This is open
Now
forum.
tell us what you wanted
Sebastian
to
has
say.
a few things he has to get off his
Sebastian's
chest.
commentary.
This is a little thing.
There you
This
go,
is a
yeah.
little thing.
They want you to hold it,
I
man?
was telling Lars about the other day. Man, is this a Shure 58? There was a little comment that I noticed, which was on your fine station, which, you know...
What's called power?
No, it was not on the Power Hour. It was not on the Power Hour, because Dan is someone that appreciates music and doesn't try to enforce his opinion.
I thought you were in a pub.
Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there who have to put up with you Metallica freaks at home. If your son is into Motorhead and wants to look like Lemmy, you have my sympathy and understanding, I might add. I have a Metallica freak at home who wants to shave his head and call himself Wiener.
It's just something that there's a lot of stereotypes in heavy metal, and I want to congratulate you, Dan, for not being one of these lame people who can't say something to someone's face and has to say it like behind their back in front of like 3 million people. And I want to say,
Round of applause for our special guest, Sebastian Bach.
that's true.
Yeah.
And you know, the funny thing is that he's going to be at that